All right, Satan. I mean, Sean.
All right, let's get this recap on real quick. So, last session began with the flash of a bright light as the sands of justice orient themselves. They find themselves just outside a 1,000-foot black stone tower, partially shrouded by the mist. After reallocating some gear and doffing some disguises, the party presses forth, entering the tower and heading downwards into its dungeons. After several floors, the party stumbles upon some pillars covered in arcane runes. Lashed to the pillars is a magical cord that binds a large diamond filled with smoke between them. A few well-placed dispel magic spells freed the diamond, which, after some aggressive tinkering, the party decided to pocket the item and head up the tower. Upon reaching the upper floors, the doors to the throne room burst open, revealing Amorphous Perch sitting upon a throne of bone alongside his generals, the Hammer and Myrnareth. And that is kind of where we are now with some initiative rolls, which I have just taken. So, top of the round, before anything cracks off proper.
Real quick, Sean, could I request a, I guess, like an aesthetic description of Amorphous, Myrnareth, and the Hammer? Because I feel like we haven't seen Myrnareth and the Hammer in a long time, and I think this is our first time seeing Amorphous, and I want to try to visualize this a little bit, because your descriptions last week made them sound even more badass than I had already kind of feared. So I just want to like really visualize what we're walking into with these three fucking monstrosities.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll do them top to bottom here as I see them on this map. So first we will start with the Hammer. The Hammer is a big, even for a Dragonborn, one of a silver Dragonborn, one of the Silver Queen's offspring, and of course he happens to be like the biggest and most ornery of the lot. But he's covered head to toe in what appears to be like this shimmering scale mail, and in two hands he wields a massive glowing blue warhammer, and he seems to have eyes only for the currently prone Gladier at this point. Myrnareth, or rather we'll go to Amorphous. Amorphous sits on this throne of bone, and he has this. First of all, you notice that he looks very foreign. Just like his garb in general is like not from. It looks off. It is something you don't quite understand. He has like a cape almost, but it's torn and tattered, and it at this point kind of drapes off of him, but it almost looks like kind of broken wings. And as Amorphous kind of sits there staring at you, you clearly see the vampiric features in his face. In particularly, his eyes are just kind of glossed over. They're just solid white. But he has like really messy, long silver hair. It's like not kempt well. And, he is adorned by several like feathers and various like trinkets here and there. And like I said, he's just kind of got a weird foreign garb. One thing you do notice about him is that he has a tattoo roughly the length of his entire bottom lip, and it is just a red stripe that goes down from his lower lip down his throat and chest, as he's got a bit of his bare chest exposed. It looks like as if this tattoo almost like bisects him somehow. One other thing you notice about him is his very claw-like hands. His hands look to be more like talons. And moving on from him is Mirnareth. Now, Mirnareth has kind of revealed herself in this moment to be a half dragon. So, not quite dragonborn, but very similar. But much how you would see Batman's enemy Two-Face, she is kind of got like a split down her face. Half of it is, this very fine, fair-skinned, elven features, and the other half is white, glistening scales with yellow eyes and definitely fangs. One hand appears humanoid, one foot appears humanoid, but another also appears to have claws and white scales, both a hand and a foot. And not only that, she also appears to have wings, as Mirnareth is actually flying outside the building, looking in through a window at the party and the whole situation. So, after that being said, let me bring up some. So the top of the round clearly is going to be Renwick, but before this round kicks off proper, Amorphous Perch sitting on this throne, kind of staring at you guys after this door flies open. Even before Renwick can act, a wave of energy erupts outward from the throne and just it seems to encompass the entire room. It washes over you all and you seem unaffected. It doesn't seem to bother you at all. But what you do notice is that your immediate surroundings begin to shift and change. The staircase that you guys had traveled up, you hear the grinding and moving of stone as the staircase itself closes its exit, essentially, and leaves nothing but a barren, straight floor. The doors and the walls connected to them turn to ash, and you are standing with no exit on one side of this room, and Amorphous Perch and his generals on the other. So, with that being said, Renwick, you're first up. My text's just warming up, but I'll drop a picture here in just a sec.
It was like one of the few times I really didn't expect or want to go first necessarily, just based on the situation. But yeah, fuck. I guess once I see how far I am and where everybody lands, oh Christ. Alright, so that's a fair distance.
You're roughly 85 feet or so across the way from Amorphous Perch. And to his, you see the, I'll get a better picture for you, but the blue striped line is to represent the window, and the hammer is actually off to Amorphous's right, as he had just entered the room.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Alright, I am going to... If I can get within... Sorry, pulling up the distance here. I would like to try to get within 60 feet of Amorphous, which I think I can with my movement. Rough estimation. And I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself. And then I'm going to summon Tentacle of the Deep next to Amorphous if I can get within 60 feet.
Okay, so what's your movement? 25 or 30?
25, and the tentacle itself has a 10-foot reach. So I guess if I can get within 70 feet of him, I could summon the tentacle, and then it would be within range of him.
He is about 60 feet away as you kind of run up. You're you have now, you're like one step in front of Gladier at this point.
Okay. And yeah, as he runs up, he kind of like places a hand to his chest, and it starts to glow like this warm light at first that kind of encompasses him. And then as that light tapers down to his feet, it starts to shift and grow dark, and you see the shadow erupt from his feet and kind of like ripple through the ground, and a tentacle erupts out of the ground next to Amorphous and slams down. And that's going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Sick. That'll be a 11 points of cold damage with the tentacle.
All right. So
And
go ahead.
Amorphous's speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. With that.
Oh, very nice.
But I think that'll do it for my turn.
Well, rolling on down from Renwick, Logos, you are up.
Which one's white? Which one's yellow? Again?
You are blue. The Yellowstone is Mirnoreth, hovering out of the. We're currently hovering outside the room.
Or is she through a window? Would I be able to get a clear shot on her if I move?
Yeah, it would appear that she is on the other side of a window, but I mean, you could potentially break it.
For now, I guess I'm going to. I'm going to take 3 shots at. I'm going to take 3 shots at the hammer from where I'm at.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
Okay, the first is 25 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
The second is. Oh, shit. It rolled off the table and I don't know where it went. Second is 24 to hit.
Also hits.
And the third is only 21 to hit.
Also hits.
So the first shot does 11 points of damage. Second shot does another 11. And the last shot only does 9. So 22, 31 points of damage.
All right. So, yeah, all 3 arrows land true. And for a moment, as 3 arrows find their way into the hammer's chest, he pauses and he looks towards you, but then shifts his vision back to Gladier.
Okay, so that's my action. Oh, Would you allow me for a bonus action to try and help Gladier up so maybe he's not having to move half his movement? Maybe the penalty will be a little less if I like try to help him up with a bonus, or would that be a fool?
I'd say I'd let you give him the help action and then maybe reduce it to a quarter of his movement instead of half.
Okay, I'll do that because he's a big, slow lizard as it is.
Okay, you have to move about 15 feet up to get next to Gladier, but yeah, you can come and give him the help action for sure.
I want to stand behind him though, like I'm picking him up from the back for sure. So that way,
Okay.
if something hits us, he's still getting hit first.
Hide behind the meat lizard. I got it for sure. It's a smart move.
That'll be it for me.
Okay, moving on down from there will be Blade. You are up.
All right. Blade Silverstring is going to, I guess, probably. I'm gonna just move ahead, maybe. Maybe like 20 feet towards Amorphous, and then maybe like another. Actually, yeah, I'll just stay there. So 20 feet forward, and I am going to go ahead and pull out my concertina. I'm going to start kind of, using it, flowing it back and forth, and I'm going to give a little bit of inspiration over to Renwick. You kind of see like this as you like am stretching out the concertina, you just kind of see like energy kind of like sucking into it, and then as I compress it, it just kind of shoots down into the ground, and almost like electricity or like a smoke kind of traveling across the floor over to Renwick. And as I do that, I look at him and I just kind of, oh God, what should I say? I'd be like, Renwick, rise with courage and might, end this terror and set things right. So I'll give him a D10 for inspo.
And as you do that, he gives you his trademark wink, and then he looks over at Amorphous and just says, "Well, I've already started, but looks like it's time to get even for what you did to my mom and the whole of Borsland."
And can I take a look around the room? So obviously, I just kind of want to see like the layout of the room, like as far as maybe like material objects that are in there. I know he's on his throne, but is there like anything else in the room, like tables or just like lights?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right, perception. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, you you don't see anything else in the room aside from this kind of bone throne that this guy's sitting on. But there is a staircase on the other side of the room that the hammer came down, so it would appear that there is at least one more floor in this tower, maybe more. But with a dirty 20, you kind of notice the like a weird shimmer, if you will, on the glass. It looks like though you are looking out into the Shadowfell, the glass itself seems to have an unnatural sparkle to it. Aside from that, There is no light in this room. Currently, all of this is going down in pitch black darkness.
Sweet Jesus. So, okay. And as far as his throne goes, it's a bone throne. How big is it? Is it like just kind of like are we talking like Game of Thrones kind of like big, or is it like just kind of like a little chair?
It's for sure a throne. Some of the bones look to be, with a 20, you would be able to identify like maybe some of the larger species of humanoid that are out there. But the throne is definitely massive. A couple thousand pounds of weight easily. It towers 20 feet above Amorphous as he kind of sits on it, and atop the top of the throne are several large skulls, possibly from like giants or giant kind of some sort. But yeah, it's a massive throne. So, anything else there, Blade? I think I got most of you.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. So as I'm about, let's see, if I'm 20 feet forward, I'm about 60 feet can reach Amorphous. I am going to I'm going to crack off a dissonant whispers at him. I'm just going to be like, run, 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 run. And you just kind of see just kind of through the darkness, this kind of like explosions of voice kind of erupting.
All right, and what do you need from me?
That's just going to be a wisdom saving throw of 19.
I got a 19 on the die, but it comes out to be like a 26.
Oh, that for sure beats it. Let's see. I don't think anything. Oh, it takes half as much. So I was just rolling it at second level. So uh, let's say 3d6. So 5, and 6. Damn, that was actually really good. 16. So he takes 8 points of psychic damage, but nothing else happens.
All right.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. So, at initiative 22, that would be Amorphous, who, as you can imagine, is not stoked. But from the sitting position, he's got a small, glass of wine next to him, kind of on the arm of his throne. He glares at, I guess, right in front of him is good old Blade Silverstring, and you actually managed to hit him. So, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Blade, I am going to need a strength and dexterity saving throw from you.
Is he within 10 feet? I think it's 10 feet.
I would say your 10-foot aura. He's 15 feet away, so he's one square away from your aura. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry, Blade.
Oh no, it's all good. Okay, so you said strength and dexterity.
Yes, one of each, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So strength, we are looking at 5. That's not good. And dexterity, 26.
So even though Amorphous is like 60 feet or so across the room, You don't even see him move. He is suddenly just where you were, and he's poised in a warrior's kind of stance and holds a fist out where Blade Silverstring used to be standing. Blade, with the successful dexterity check, you managed to stay on your feet, but this guy comes across the room so fast you didn't even see it and had landed a blow so powerful it had thrown you 15 feet backwards. So you kind of almost go back to where you had began originally, but it comes alongside. You are looking at... Hold on, let me add the modifier.
If the DM glitches out, that means we're on, right?
Right. So you're looking at a total of 26 bludgeoning damage as he lands what is known as a powerful blow. Has the potential to not only knock you back, but knock you to the ground. But alas, so...
Fuck, that sucks, but that was pretty fucking cool.
With his remaining movement, he is going to take a 5-foot step to get closer to Renwick. And I think, I'm gonna burn a key point and flurry of blows, and I'm going to make 2 attacks at Renwick. Renwick, you still have your cloak, which gives disadvantage?
That I do.
Okay, so I got a 19 and a 21, even with disadvantage. Do either of those hit?
I mean, if I'm being honest, the 21 hits, which would negate my cloak until the start of my next turn, so both hit.
Can I do a little bit of cutting words on that?
That's a reaction, right?
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to just look at Amorphous and be like, you're going to have a tougher time hitting him than me. And D10, that. So it takes 6 off of that.
Oh, shit. All right, so if that negates the first hit, then the second hit doesn't land either, so you miss both.
Just enough to get a couple of, between Blade's magic and the blur of your cloak, a couple of glancing blows come a little too close to your comfort there, Renwick, but alas, nothing lands firm. I'm going to use the remainder of his movement to, he, with one fluid movement, jumps backwards and now positions himself roughly halfway between the party and his throne. I will drop another pick in the feed, but as things are rolling on, you see Mirnareth outside the window close the distance between herself and the party as well. Mirnareth, on the other side of this glass, begins casting a spell. It is clear as day as she utters some arcane words. A 20-foot sphere of yellow begins to surround Renwick, Gladier, and Logos. Okay, I was waiting for a counterspell or anything.
My reaction's gone.
I'm out of 60 feet range, aren't I?
Yeah, you are not within 60 feet, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bummer. Okay, well, so This 20-foot sphere of yellow has, nauseating gas centered on a point within range. The cloud spreads around corners, and its area is heavily obscured. The cloud lingers in the air for a duration. Each creature that is completely within the cloud at the start of its turn must make a Constitution saving throw against poison. So, this cloud does, in fact, surround 3 of the party members. And so, let me doodle that out real quick. But as Mirnoreth casts the spell, her eyes kind of glitter and glow. It seems that she is, another creature than what you thought entirely. So I'll take another pick of the map real quick. But Gladier, you are next in initiative.
Oh boy! And you said it's pitch black in here.
Yes, it is pitch black in here, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw because you're starting your turn in this stinking cloud.
Okay.
You do have the lantern that's lit, though, Gladier. Or
Oh
far that
yeah,
goes.
yeah. Didn't I?
Stay
Because
like
wasn't
30 feet out.
Constitution is a 14 con save?
A con save of 14, that does not quite do it, my man. You spend your action this turn retching and reeling, so it kind of just burns your action economy essentially. But you do not get a standard action this turn. You can utilize movement and a bonus action if you'd like, but you use your standard action to vomit profusely.
All right.
Also, so not only is the room dark, so I mean you'll definitely need a light source, but this stinking cloud you're in is obscures your vision. So even with a light source, currently you're basically blind.
Okay. Did we have? I can't remember if we had a light source coming up the stairs.
We took a torch, broke it, lit it, and put it in a lantern. So you had just, I don't know what would be a standard torch sort of radius.
Yeah, I think it's 30 feet. Do I have any sort of? Thought I had daylight prepped, but I guess I don't. I think I. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Standard torch is uh 20 feet, 20-foot radius, dim light for an additional 20 foot. So
So you could barely
outside of the,
see Amorphous on this map if you weren't in this obscuring stink cloud.
gotcha. Okay. Um. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get up after vomiting, turning over and vomiting onto the ground. I'm gonna stand up. Um. If I can barely see Amorphous, I'm gonna try and move out of the stinking cloud. I would go towards. I can't even fucking see Meredith because she's too far away. Oh God.
Use your
Uh,
smell.
would I have? Could I make some sort of check to see if I maybe could have at least noticed what direction the spell came from? Because I know Miraneth's in here, and I know she shoots spells. So I think if I can maybe know what direction it came from, I can at least know general direction to walk towards.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. And I'm gonna say because she cast this spell outside of your light, you're going to have to do it with disadvantage.
That's fair. All right, perception. Oh shit. Well, it was a natural 20 and a 17. So that's a 18 perception.
You think you can pinpoint which direction the spell came from? You've got a pretty good gauge on it.
All right, yeah. So I would start walking towards Mirnath. I probably only have like maybe 20 feet of movement because with you said Logus could have helped me to get a little bit of my movement back.
Yeah, so 20 feet will definitely get you out of the stinking cloud and within visual of Mirnareth via torchlight.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to say the command word on the animated shield. So it starts to float next, like hover next to me. Freeze up one hand, and I'm gonna pull out my new trident of the wave. So I have a torch in one hand and a trident in the other. Um, and then Glazer's gonna look at Marineth and growl and just say, "You want to have unfinished business." And then I guess that's my turn.
All right. Following Gladier is the hammer, who closes the distance between himself and his master. He gets fairly close to Amorphous, kind of in between him and the throne, rather. But aside from glaring Gladier, you could probably feel eyes on you at this point, but he's outside of your vision. But yeah, he with a weird, unnatural, undead kind of swiftness, the hammer glides across the room effortlessly and quickly. And yeah, I'll drop another pick in the feed. But Low Chris, you are up.
I just want to see that new pick first. And because I have a memory of a goldfish, am I the pink or the purple?
You are the purple. Blade Silverstring is the salmon color.
Perfect.
My dumbass sent the wrong one. Hold on, there's one more incoming. Here we go. Boosh, that's a little more accurate.
Then I am going to see how many spaces. Run towards Amorphous my 30 feet, staying away from the cloud. And since that should put me then within 60 feet of the hammer, I'm going to pull out a scroll of banishment and cast banishment on the hammer. Just
Excellent. All right. You'll have to read me the language, but I'm in.
so it's within 60 feet. Since I'm using just the scroll, I think that cancels out necessarily the VSM, but nothing that's stopping me. But the target must succeed on a charisma saving throw, DC 17, or be banished. If it's native to a plane of existence that we're on, so being from the material realm, then if I'm able to hold it for a minute, he's sent back to his normal world and then incapacitated. Yeah, with a faint popping noise returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before a minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left. Otherwise, doesn't return.
So this is a concentration spell then?
It is a concentration spell.
Okay. Let's get that roll out there. 13 on the die does become a 15.
DC 17. So the hammer is currently sent back to the material realm.
He's getting all yoked and huffy, you know. He's like breathing heavy and flexing his muscles as he grips this double-handed warhammer, and as he grits his teeth and goes to back up his boss rather than glide into combat and smash Gladier's face, he just kind of winks out of existence. Whoop, gone.
And then with my bonus action, I'm just going to yell out a scream and set off my giant might. So I become large, and I'll have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Plus, I could do extra damage with a weapon attack.
Very nice.
And that will end my turn, as hopefully this could go a couple rounds.
Amorphous just kind of looks at you in your giantish form. Ah, I expected some kickback from the wards of Shadowfell. Still, impressive. As we go to the bottom of the round, this is where Amorphous's legendary action comes into play. Amorphous, as you guys have kind of already seen, at least a little bit, is exceptionally fast. He moves at a rate of speed that is unheard of, you know, and he, because of his exceptional speed and preternatural ability in this place, in this time, Amorphous Perch at the end of the rounds, his legendary actions are essentially just an additional standard action per round. So, you've been warned. Amorphous, at this point, with no more movement to burn, he looks at Gladier and gives him a finger wag, like, "Oh, that's not the one you want to tangle with, I assure you." And he focuses his attention on Locris. Locris. He begins uttering the beginnings of an arcane chant. He is going to cast a spell. You are the target.
4th level counterspell.
All right. Roll it out for me.
All right. Natural 20 for a 25. Let's fucking go.
As like mid sentence, as this arcane energy kind of begins to build around his very claw-like fingertips, points them at you, and you are definitely the target of this spell. And it is as if he was just writing a paper and the ink has just ran out. Like, he continues the movement and the chant, but nothing comes along with it. He looks confused and back to you. And then, as he does, a sheepish grin. Well, my predecessor knew what he was doing. And he begins a slow clap. With that legendary action, Bird, we're going back to the top. Top of the round. The layer action. Despite Amorphous not actually sitting on the throne, another ripple of energy courses its way through the room. As you all see Amorphous clapping at Locris's ability to disrupt his spell, suddenly, though he continues to clap, there is no sound. You look around at the Gladier kind of walking towards the wall, all of you guys kind of panting and clinking and clanking in your armor, but there is no sound. Until the end of this round, everything within this room is effectively covered by the silence spell, and that includes enemies and players alike. So, with that, in utter silence, the battle continues. Renwick, you are up. Renwick, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, there you go. I'm still. Let's see. So I'm within Gladier's aura still, correct?
Gladier just moved out. With his 10-foot aura, you're 15 feet. Like, it's within arm's distance, but you are not inside of it.
Fuck. Alright, well, fair enough. Let's see. That is a. Shit, sorry. Cocked eye. Ooh, fuck me. That's a 4, 9, 9. Blade, what's your inspiration die these days?
D10.
D10? Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna save the inspiration. I don't think I'm gonna make this save either way. So, 9.
With that, you must spend your standard action retching, unfortunately. You still have a bonus and movement, but your standard action is spent emptying the contents of your stomach.
Yeah, that's fucking great. Sweet. And I'm still within melee of Amorphous, presumably. Or did he shift away? Sorry, it's hard to kind of see the who's.
Oh yeah, I'll
where
give
on
you a
that.
description. So you and Logos are still currently in this stinking cloud, but Amorphous had for sure moved away. Amorphous is about 20, 30 feet from you at this point.
Sweet. In that case, I will. I guess I'll use my full movement to get myself away from the cloud. 25 feet. We'll say, based on your compass, south. So I'm moving away from the red figure in the photo.
Okay, so you, I think you, I might have confused you with my compass. South would be towards the red figure.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The N was what I assumed was like the north. Then yes, I will move the opposite direction of the red figure in that photo. And let's see, bonus action.
All right, if 25 feet of movement definitely gets you out of the cloud, and you're even within arm's distance of Locris, big Locris.
And I'm gonna, I guess, use my bonus action to resummon my tentacle over by Amorphous again and try to smack the shit out of him, because that's all I can do with the bonus action, really.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that
do
tentacle
you need to recast that spell in order to move the tentacle, or how does that work?
I can move it 30 feet, but it seems like he's further than 30 feet from where the tentacle originally was, so I think I do have to recast it.
Unfortunately, the room is silenced, but if you don't have to use a verbal component, you can still recast it.
It doesn't. It's not a spell. It's a feat, I guess. Like a class feat.
I thought it was like a powerful cantrip. Okay, yeah, for sure. You can you get it there for no problem.
Yeah. So he will do that. Motherfucker. All right. Yeah. That's all I can do right now. So that's gonna be a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sick. That's going to be, I believe, 7 points of cold damage with the tentacle.
Nicely done.
And since I don't have a standard this turn, I think that's my turn.
Moving on down from Renwick, that is Logos. Logos, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Okay. Do I Am I still within 10 feet of Gladier? Or did the a-hole
You're
move away?
close, but Gladier bailed in a different direction. You're outside of his aura, unfortunately.
Okay, well, this is a whopping +1. Oh, wow. 18 plus 1, 19.
Yeah, with a 19, you manage to hold your breath. You don't actually take any damage, though it does stink and obscure your vision. You can't really see currently, like most of the battlefield at this point. But yeah, you don't take any ill effects.
Well, I'm going to use my movement to get out of the cloud. Um, I'm, I'd like to go like to the left, I guess, towards. Let's see, actually, to the right, towards Gladier.
Okay, you can get within 10 feet of Gladier with only like 20 feet of movement or so.
And then I'm gonna move like back and to the left a little bit, like maybe behind where Blade is at, but a little more towards the wall than him. I
Okay.
do have 45 feet of movement, so I can get it within that corner. And I'm gonna try to get a clear shot on Amorphous and take 2 shots at him.
All right, for sure. Give me some attack rolls.
This is with my +2 Dragon Bone, if that matters. The first one is a 21 to hit.
As the arrow sails through the air, he just smacks it. It doesn't even come close.
I'm gonna take the second shot. That is a 32 to hit.
That one hits.
That piece of shit. Block that one. Logus says, but nobody can hear them. It's only 12 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah, Logus is talking mad shit right now, but nobody can hear him.
And the last attack?
It's only 2 attacks for that one.
Oh, okay. So you did a total of 12 on that.
Yeah, because one missed, one hit. It was only 12.
Logos does a 29 hit.
Depends. Why are you asking? Yes, it does.
Well, as a monk, he has an ability with projectiles. Your second arrow does not land either. He catches it and throws it back at you. Does a 29 hit?
Yes.
So 14 points of necrotic damage, weirdly enough.
You know, I am unfamiliar with the ways of a monk. So, okay, probably won't shoot at him again. With that,
So you've tapped your movement and your standard action, but I think you still have a bonus?
I'm going to use my bonus action to enter my starry form. It's not a spell, it's just a feat of the druid. And I'm going to enter so basically the constellations start basically like if I was the archer in the sky and I start glowing dim light, 10 feet, 10 feet bright light, an additional 10 feet dim light, lasts for 10 minutes. So I'm going to use my bonus action into the starry form. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Moving on down from Logos. Blade, you are up.
All right. So Blade is going to. Oh, no. So Blade is going to, I think, stay put where he is. He's going to kind of, obviously, nothing can be heard, but he's going to look at Amorphous and just give him like a huge middle finger. And then kind of as he's doing it, and actually, before I even start fucking insulting this guy, so when I'm looking at like D&D Beyond, like components to cast a spell, like there's verbal and then there's somatic. So like some spells will be like they'll have like a V and then an S. So is it like it needs both verbal and somatic, or can I use either one of those?
Verbal and somatic, and some of them also have an M, which means you need a material as well.
Got you. So it needs to be verbal and somatic.
Correct. Some are just somatic, some are just verbal, some are both.
All right. So I'm going to do like a reverse, like Jack in the Box, kind of roll the middle finger down. And then, oh man, this is tough if there's no verbal. Man, okay. Sucks being a musician, I'll tell you that much. God, there's not really honestly much I can do. I guess, so I haven't brought this up in a little bit, but I would imagine that I would have Archie with me in his owl form.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Archie will be with you.
So I'd kind of look at Archie and then point at, like, kind of look at him and then kind of point over to Mirneth. And Mirneth is she actually inside yet, or is she still casting shit from outside?
She seems to be hoovering outside the window looking in.
Oh shit. Okay. So I guess scratch that. 'Cause he can't go out. I guess yeah, I would kind of point to uh Amorphous and to maybe have Archie kind of go over and use kind of the kind of distract him a little bit. And I guess, god damn, this really threw me off not having having to do both verbal and somatic.
If you have a spell that's non-verbal and just somatic, you can cast that. You just can't cast anything with the verbal quality.
Also, I believe there's like a feat or something that allows you to ignore the verbal component of spells.
I don't think I have that.
Yeah, if you see the little V next to the spell, you can't cast it right now. If there's no V, then you can cast it.
Well, that's V for very dumb. That's okay. I guess. Nope, can't cast that. I guess going back to the throne there, how big of an object would you say that is? Is it like a large object or huge?
I would say huge. It's it looks like a large creature could sit upon it, and it would still be have plenty of room.
Okay, duly noted. And God damn it, even my healing is verbal. Uh, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of stay put right now.
Do you have any potions or anything you could pop?
I guess I could. Yeah, that's a fair point. I guess I'm gonna use my standard action to pop a. I think I have. I'd like to pop a, I guess, greater healing potion.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And that will conclude my turn.
Okay, and following Blade is Amorphous Perch proper. And, well, he's got a couple of targets. A couple people have been kind of a pain in the ass, but I think it is clear as day that Locris is a threat. Formal rivals ward encroaching. So, let's see here. 5, 10, 15. He closes the gap between Locris and himself. 20 feet. Locris. Let me go ahead and roll this out. Oh, that's not going to be great. That's a natural 20. I need a strength and a dexterity saving throw as this vampire, once again, with incredible swiftness. You don't see him move. He just is there, and he's punched you very, very hard.
Okay, so you said a strength and a dexterity.
Correct. The strength is to see if you are moved 15 feet or not, and the dexterity is to see if you can stay on your feet.
17 strength. And 16 dexterity.
Unfortunately, neither of those pass. You almost had it, almost by one. So you are knocked back 15 feet, and you are knocked prone. Once again, he's just out of nowhere, just suddenly was there and managed to strike you. Let's see, there's the damage here. I'm going to double the dice. Lucky for you, comes out to 16, but it is plus 10, 26 damage. That was kind of pretty low. You're lucky I rolled low. 26 damage from that blast. And let's see, that puts him within 5 feet of Renwick. He's going to take a 5-foot step, burn a key point, and make another couple of attacks on old Renwick there. I'm going to use Avery because it's faster at disadvantage. So let's see here. I'm at, a natural 1. That's rough. Okay, that'll probably miss.
I don't think that'll hit, which I really need right now. So.
And a 2. Renwick, you might be the luckiest sumbitch around.
I mean, it's only fair. I roll more ones than anybody, so you rolling ones against me just feels like my luck is permeating your creatures as well.
Well, with once again, you managed to get away from a flurry of blows of attack that should be pretty devastating. But alas, you're just kind of a wiry, sneaky little bugger, hard to pin down. So as Amorphous kind of tees off on you a couple of attacks later, we are going to move down to Mirnareth. Now, Mirnareth begins casting a spell. And she seems to be the only one of you lot that is not encompassed in the room, in the building, and thus the silence spell. As she conjures arcane words that you just fall upon deaf ears, a bit of lightning crackles inside the room next to Gladier. A crackle of lightning, and then a little bit more, and then a power surge, and then suddenly a being made entirely of electricity, a lightning elemental, stands, this is a large creature, stands 12 feet tall. It is just like a silhouette of a man, but it's just, there's no features. It is all this moving, twisting, crackling bolts of energy. And this lightning elemental, I'm going to roll initiative for, so 17. Whoa, all right. Go ahead.
Am I within 60 feet of her? Where the fuck is she?
You are, she is the Yellowstone. You are about 40 feet from her.
Sorry, I think I had my mic off. I'm going to counterspell that. if I can.
Can you counterspell without a verbal component?
It is just somatic.
Oh, lucky you.
And question, Sean, if she goes to cast a spell that's a concentration spell, wouldn't that break the concentration on Thinking Cloud too?
It would. You are correct.
I do raise the middle finger this time as my somatic action.
As she goes to summon this being of elemental power, she is going to burn her 4th level counterspell on your counterspell, their blade, as the to seal the deal and make sure that this spell is aloof.
I keep the middle finger up.
Excellent. So, Blade, coincidentally, that middle finger, interesting. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. As she casts a spell with this powerful lightning creature, her eyes begin to glow. Bolts of energy seem to be erupting forth from them, and she turns her gaze your way, Blade.
Oh god, con save. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Gotta be better than a 5, right? Okay, 18.
Oh, if it meets, it beats. No adverse effects. The hairs on the back of your neck begin to stand up and tingle, but alas, nothing of ill befalls you.
Oh, thank God.
With that, Mirnoreth has just summoned an elemental. I rolled initiative for the elemental. The elemental's initiative is 17, which does put it ahead of Gladier, whom it was summoned next to. The elemental takes a step forward and is going to make an attack on good old Gladier. Let's see, hold on, where's it? Okay, that's a dirty 20 and a 9. Does a 20 hit?
It does now.
That'll be 9 lightning damage.
Oh boy.
Moving on down from the elemental. Gladier, you're up. Here, I'll send a new pick real quick.
Jeez.
So yeah, as you kind of go to approach Mirnoreth, this being made entirely of crackling bolts of energy seems to just manifest and attack. But yeah, aside from that, and yeah, I didn't erase the stinking cloud, but ignore it for now. I'll get there.
Okay. God. And it's still. Are we still silenced? I'm sorry if I missed it.
Yeah, until the end of the round, it would appear.
Okay. Shit. So I can't do that
Also,
anymore.
Locris, did you maintain concentration on that banishment?
I did.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm going to. Fuck. I was not betting on a goddamn lightning elemental being summoned on my ass. Okay. Well, I need to be able to see and use both of my hands. Um, Gladiator is going to channel divinity, cast sacred weapon on my uh, trident of the wave. I'll put it in the chat. It doesn't say anything about any sort of components. I think it's because it's a feature of being a paladin. So I don't think there's really any sort of stuff. It just happens.
Yeah, makes sense. It's not like a spell, right? Your paladin abilities would
Yeah.
be like spell-like abilities, which aren't technically spells.
I do have one question though, for your take on this. Um, so it says for 1 minute the weapon is considered magical. You add +4 to attack rolls and emits bright light. So if a weapon is already magical, does it still give me a +4 to attack rolls on top of what I have already, or is that only for non-magical things that are now considered magical?
I think it's specific to the sacred weapon, so like while using that, you would get the +4. It's like as if some holy energy imbued by your deity is allowing you the extra.
Okay. All right, cool. I just wanted to double check with you because I wasn't entirely sure. All right, so +4 on top of my +10. So that's fucking nice. But yeah, so I do that. He just kind of drops the torch, like Mike drops the torch to the ground, uh, pretty much ignoring this elemental in front of him and just staring down Miraneth, and then grabs his holy symbol and like with his left hand, and just this golden light just kind of like runs up his arm across back across his chest, down his other arm, and just spreads out onto the trident of the waves, and it's now glowing same radius as the torch was. 20-foot bright light after that 20-foot dim light. Um, and that is a full action to do that, which kind of sucks, but I need light in both hands. Um, and the only thing I have for a bonus action is verbal. So, um, don't think I have any potions. No. Oh wait. Is it an action to I think it is. Oh, applying a poison to a weapon takes an action. God damn it. I was like, oh, I'll just poison my weapon. Nope, can't do that either. Yeah, I don't think I really can do much for bonus actions. So, yeah, he's just gonna kind of take a readied stance and I guess just kind of. Actually, no, I am gonna move. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna just circle around the elemental. So, like, I'm on the other side of it, essentially. Just 5, 10, 15 feet. Just so I'm a little bit closer to Miraneth too, but staying inside its combat range. And then I'm just gonna hang out.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. So following from Gladier, it would come to the hammer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Glowcris, but it's your concentration, right? Like, the hammer doesn't have, like, a save at his turn or
Nope.
anything?
Nope, he's just wandering around his house, probably destroying and hitting stuff because he doesn't get to play.
Okay, yeah. So the hammer just kind of appears in the cafeteria of the Silver Keep somehow. He's like a bunch of confused guards are like, "What the fuck?" And he's also confused. I don't know. They stare at each other in this dazed bit of confusion. And moving on down from Le Hammer, it is Locris. You are up.
All right. So when Amorphous had his last turn, and you said he hit me, you rolled behind screen and just rolled really high, I assume.
Yeah, I don't think I've rolled anything under. I got a dirty 20, I think, on Renwick once, but yeah, I'm killing it. He does get a substantial to hit bonus, plus 12.
Oh yeah, no, I was just thinking, I'm like, wait, he didn't say what he used. I mean, it's only a 19 now, but fuck.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll roll above board if you want. Avery likes me sometimes.
Oh fuck. When it comes to me, Avery loves you. Shocked you didn't pass the damn spell. I think that's the first one that I got off. All right. I am going to stand up with my bonus action. I flip them off, thereby placing Hexblade's curse on them, just as I have to see them within 30 feet.
Nice.
And then I am going to attempt to bitch slap him with my Morning Star.
Okay, make an attack roll.
And that's going to be a 25.
And did you make that with disadvantage?
No. Why would it be at disadvantage?
Did you say Morningstar?
My pack weapon. It's shaped like the Morning Star.
I got it. Okay, yeah,
So.
25 does hit for sure.
And a dirty 20.
With the dirty 20, he parries. Your blow comes in hot, but he throws up a hand at the last moment and blocks your blow.
All right. Let's use this one. That's going to be... This is a lot of numbers. So 7 on the die, plus 9 damage bonus. So that's going to be a 16, plus my proficiency bonus of 4. So that's 20, plus being a giant right now gives me a d6. So only plus 1. So 21 points of total damage on that hit. And I'm going to activate the Fire Rune, which causes him to take an extra 2d6 of fire damage. As a
Excellent.
pair of... So that's going to be 9 points fire damage as fiery shackles attached to him, and he has to make a strength saving throw.
9 on the die becomes a 16.
8, 4. 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 3, 15 DC.
So he passes that, unfortunately. But so you half fire damage or something, or how's that?
No, he still gets that fire damage. He's just not restrained.
Oh, I see. Excellent.
And then I Hexblade Curse, so I can't do that. Okay, So that'll end my turn.
Did you turn a 7? You turned a 7 on the die into over 30 points. That was impressive. Well done.
Am I within 30 feet of Logris when he missed that attack?
You are not. Locris is about 50 or so feet from you at this point.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
But after anything else, Locris, that's it.
That's everything.
All right.
I went through it all.
All right, good. So, with the legendary action at the bottom of the round, Amorphous just essentially gets another standard action, and he is going to step forward and make another attack roll against Locris, since Renwick is kind of being a pain in the butt. This is going to be a powerful strike, so it takes the whole... He doesn't get multiple powerful strikes, unfortunately. That would be great. God damn. My first low roll. 14 to hit Locris. He swings wide.
Yes, it is.
Clearly frustrated. With that, we move back to the top of the round, and this layer action. Suddenly, all at once, all of the noise in the room comes crashing back. The sounds of combat, the clanking of shields and weapons and whatnot. But as soon as it does, another wave of energy washes over the room. A wave that emits itself from the throne. The throne becomes, at this point, brighter and brighter and brighter, to the point where there is just a blazing white light in the room. It is impossible to ignore, and it is even more impossible to see through. Everyone on the map, including Mirnoreth, for this combat specifics, but everyone within the room is now effectively blinded for the remainder of this round. You cannot see anything but bright white light, no matter how hard you try, in any direction. That being said, Renwick, you are first.
Well, this has just been a combat that seems intentionally meant to fuck somebody up my belt. Fuck me. How does movement work when I'm blind? Can I still, do I still have my bearings, I guess?
Your movement is normal. You just can't see. You might run the risk of, you get disadvantage on attack rolls, but essentially,
Okay.
unless you have something like blind sight or something.
And, alright. I'm looking at the last photo. I'm in melee range of... Ooh.
Sorry, I'm dropping a new map right now. Boosh. Okay, so it's kind of clustered in that corner, but Amorphous, you, and Locris are all kind of in a tussle. Blade and Logos are off in the corner here, while Gladier seems to be tussling with some sort of elemental.
Well, that makes it easy then. If I am in fact in melee range of Amorphous, there's only one thing I can do, and let's go to the classics. So I guess I'm just gonna take swings. However, I want to take a 5-foot step so that I don't have an ally within 5 feet of me, and that's gonna proc advantage for me. So it'll be a flat roll against him for my attacks.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Alright, my other dice fucking me tonight, so this guy. Let's see, that's 11. That's a natty 19 for a 30.
30 will hit.
And then this is also for the crossbow, which is going to be 16, but I'm going to use my inspiration, which is an extra d10, which is an 8 on top of that, so that should hit as well. And I need I believe, a Constitution saving throw from you for my rapier.
Comes out to a 22.
Yep, that's not going to do bonus damage, but let's see here. Polaris is a D8, and then my sneak attack right now. Pardon me, I'm just double checking. It's 4 hard. Cool. $10, $15, $18, plus an additional $10, $28 damage on the rapier. And my crossbow is firing radiant bolts.
So that was some of that was radiant damage. Then is what you're telling me.
Let's see, this will be radiant damage. I was just double checking my scores there. So
Okay.
7, 13 radiant damage on top of that.
Excellent.
And yeah, that's action, bonus action. I will use my movement to put a little bit of distance. Actually, I'll shift to where I'm 5 feet behind my ally, diagonally toward the, I believe, the north. Basically, just like almost hiding behind them, but staying close enough to be of assistance.
Okay, so you were kind of like flanking for a second, but so where do you want to move to exactly?
You know what? I'll just, for sake of ease, I'll stay there so that I'm still flanking. I'll help my ally out. I was gonna shift away, but I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Moving on down from Renwick, Logos. You are kind of in the corner watching this all go down. You see this Mirnoreth gazing through the glass at this giant electric monster that is trying to put hands on Gladier. You see Amorphous and Locris and Renwick tussling, and you and Blade kind of left to your own devices here. So, what do you do?
I'm blind, right?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, screaming baby just as I turned on the mic. Um, I'm still blind, right?
Yes, currently you know where everybody was. You don't know if they are still there. You could potentially make a perception check with your ears, I guess, if you wanted to try to hear it out or something. But you tell me, how do you roll?
Don't I? I think I have something. I have a little some when it comes to smells and hearing. Yeah, I don't have shit. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fire at where I last saw the elemental, since it's the biggest and kind of standing alone. And I'm trying to get the person that I'm less likely to accidentally hit one of my own teammates. So I'll fire um, some arrows at the big elemental.
At the elemental or Mirnoreth?
No, at the elemental.
Okay, for sure. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
Okay. First one is a 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits for sure.
Second is a 27 to hit. And I'm going to use my bonus action to take a shot with my starry form, which would be a radiant damage if that matters.
Okay, for sure.
And that's a natural one, so it doesn't fucking matter either way. Okay, so for the 2 attacks that did hit, that's 9 points. and 13 points for a total of 22 points of damage to the elemental.
All right. And what was your third shot?
It was a natural one.
Oh, never mind. Yep.
And I would like to try to position myself. I know I can't see, but where I would assume to be within 30 feet of Gladier and Blade, just maybe like in the middle of them. So they're both within that 30 feet radius. Or if I'm good where I'm at, then I'll just stay put.
I'm sorry, man. Can you say that one more time? Where did you want to move to?
I want to make sure that Blade and Gladier are within 30 feet of me. If I'm good, then I'll stay put.
You got to move like a couple of squares forward, but after that, you're good to go. You only have to take a step or two. Moving on down. Blade, you're up. Also blind.
Oh, nuts. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I've been trying to do some research on it, and I don't know if I found the answer I was looking for. I think regardless, I think Blade is going to, though he is blinded, he is going to kind of reach his hand out and kind of point it in the general direction of where kind of like Amorphous is and his throne, and he is going to just say, like, come. And you start to see the throne move a little bit as it comes to life. I'm casting Animate Object on the throne.
Oh, snap. Okay, hit me with the language of animate object.
Oh man, there's a lot to it.
I remember there was a lot. Sorry.
No. It's so yeah. Objects come to life at your command. So you probably heard me putting the feelers out. So this is a huge object. So as a yes, so I can control one huge object, so just the chair. But as a bonus action, you can mentally command any creature you made with this spell if the creature is within 500 feet of you. You decide what action the creature will take and where it will move during its next turn. Or you can issue a general command, such as guard a particular chamber or corridor. If you issue no commands, the creature only defends itself against hostile creatures. Once given an order, the creature continues to follow it until the task is completed. I guess with this, like I was trying to figure out if the thing had if the chair or the object had its own initiative. And I just overlooked it, but I couldn't like find anything on it.
Well, it might be a gray area because the throne is actually an item that is attuned to Amorphous. So I don't know how that would work exactly. We'll call it. I'll set a DC to give you a crack at the Arcana check to kind of take this dude's attuned magical item away from him.
Oh shit.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna set it up there. He's pretty a powerful boss. I'm gonna say you got to break a 21 Arcana to pull this off.
Oh, that's a 19 or 20 that I have to beat. All right, I'll
Would
roll
you
it.
let him use his spellcasting modifier instead of an Arcana check since he is trying to cast the spell?
Spellcasting modifier is like what, +8 for you there, Blade?
Modifier is it's a +5. I mean, it's better than my Arcana.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still within reason. You could use your spellcasting modifier for sure. Well lawyered, sir.
Thank you. Okay. I'll roll her out. Let's see what happens here.
Alas, Blade, as you kind of reach out and attempt to maneuver your magics through this item, it just fails to permeate for whatever reason. Maybe it's Amorphous' presence, or maybe it's Shadowfell itself. But alas, the spell fails.
All right. I guess
I'm gonna burn one of his legendary resistances and call that about even on that.
that's generous. Thank you. I guess as a can I just kind of take a look around the room and see at the party and kind of see who's injured? Actually, no, I can't do that because I already casted a spell. Sorry. I guess I am going to. I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of inspo over to Locris.
All right, for sure, and it can't be a bit of a dance. I guess a tap dance this time, you know. But so tell me how do you send some inspo Locris's way?
So I'm going to once again pull out the concertina, and I am going to look at Locris, and just kind of as I'm pulling and contracting this concertina, I'm just going to look at Locris and say, Locris, with fear and might, bring down Amorphous Perch and his chair so bright. And yeah, that was a bit of a stretch, but whatever.
That was awesome. That was good. Well played improv right there.
So yeah, Locris, you have a D10 inspo. And I'm going to. I haven't really moved much since I got fucking nailed by that guy. I'm going to, I guess, use a little bit of movement to move up, maybe like 15 feet forward, and then maybe 10 feet up or north.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And I'm going to just have Archie just kind of continue to pester Amorphous.
Oh shit, I forgot about Archie. Let me make a note. Okay, for sure.
But that'll do it for now.
Excellent. Moving on down from Blade is Amorphous himself. Amorphous is just going to tee off on Locris. So, I'm going to roll in chat here. Skadoosh, here's one. A 30. Oops. And a 24 to hit there, Locris.
How close am I to the lightning elemental?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You are just on the cusp. You are 35 feet away.
Damn. All right.
All right. So, a couple of some damage rolls here. Oh, damn. I actually rolled fucking excellent on that. Sorry there, guy. So, you're looking at On 4d10 plus a modifier, I got it up to 38 damage between these two attacks. And I'm going to burn a key point and send a couple more at you as well. Avery's being real nice to me, so you know what? I'm going to roll what she wants to do. That'll be 22 to hit for the next attack. And the final attack would be a 28. I assume those hit.
Just barely.
So 38 for the first total attack. Let me roll these ones out here. I didn't get near as great. We have 10, so what's the modifier? 25 additional damage on top of that. So but yeah, you guys see Amorphous Perch just tease off on the giant Locris. One punch becomes two, becomes three, becomes four, and as he's kind of teeing off, you guys mostly barely even see him move. Like, he is an incredibly fast creature, and while he seems to maintain a relatively calm disposition, he seems almost casual, almost as if he's bored. Blowing on his nails with one hand, he ruthlessly pummels Locris with the other. Don't forget those concentration checks to see if my good old friend can come back to battle their Locris. But
I'll need to know the damage from each one, unless you want to just have it be an average and I roll once for a concentration. Otherwise, I roll for each hit, and I have to know the damage to know what I'm rolling for.
Oh, I would have shouted it out loud instead of added it all up. Let's see. Shit, I already moved my dice. Let's see. The first one was 31, so we could just half that. So we'll say what, 15 each, 15 on a piece. And the second one was 25, so we'll have that one as well. We'll call it 12.
All right.
So 2 at 15 and 2 at 12, as it was 4 separate attacks.
So the first two, I got 19, 23, and 24. So that fucker's still gone.
Nicely done. How dare you? With that, moving on down, good old Mirnareth's turn. Unfortunately for a lot of you, it's blindingly bright in this neck of the woods. You can't really see what she's doing, but you hear the ever-present flapping of wings on the other side of this window. And let me. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to stick with Blade on this one. Blade, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. Mirnareth, you guys hear, begins in a familiar incantation, more arcane words and whatnot. But Blade, as she essentially has summoned yet another elemental onto the battlefield, she locks eyes in your direction. Give me a con save.
Oh, sweet Jesus. All right. 12.
Okay. With a 12, Blade and Mirnareth switch places on the battlefield. Mirnareth now stands center of the room, and Blade finds himself about 5-10 feet outside this window, staring down a 1,000-yard drop.
Oh, no.
The elementals go. Let me roll a couple out here. That'll be a dirty 20, even with disadvantage. Does a dirty 20 hit there, Gladier? I believe it hit last time. I just can't recall. So many more of you than me. Oh no, did we lose Gladier?
I think he's crying.
Well, he should be, because I rolled some pretty great damage on that one, actually, for a fire elemental. Comes out to a whopping 13 damage, so I'll type that out for Gladier later. But yeah, this lightning elemental strikes a blow, and the other one just kind of looks dazed and confused for the moment, for the time being. Not quite his initiative yet. Moving on down from the elemental, it is now Gladier. You are up.
Hey, sorry about that. Okay. All right. So I'm blind still. This is great. So probably, I think. Sorry.
Here, I'll send another pic real quick, just to kind of. Oops, that's not the right one. Hold on, fuck that. Yeah, give me just a sec. I'll send a pic. Sorry. Okay, my tech was being slow. Got her in there. So yeah, you're pretty much blinded. There's white light all around you, but alas, here's a pic of the battlefield anyway.
Sorry, I had my AirPods in and I was like half listening, but my fiance thought she saw a bug in the bed, and so I had to go save the day. No bugs, we're all good. But yeah, so I got the 13 damage down.
Yeah, the elemental struck you, but it is now your go in initiative. Though I provided a pic of the battlefield, you are technically blinded at this point. So,
Okay.
balls in your court.
All right. So did I get hit by the fire or the electric lightning elemental?
I might have misspoke. They are actually both lightning elementals.
Oh, they're both lit. Okay. So I thought I heard fire for some reason, but I also could have heard wrong. Okay. Um. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm blind, so I'm just gonna swing for the one that I know is there. I might not have even noticed necessarily that a second one popped up. Um.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an attack roll, but because you're blinded, it's with disadvantage.
Okay. Um. Let's see. I totally forgot I had something until just now when I saw it. Okay. All right. So with disadvantage, I got a plus 14 because of the sacred weapon. So even with disadvantage, that is a 27 to hit the first attack.
Well, that hits. Their armor class is not great. It's actually like 13. So.
Right. So that is new weapon. All right, I'm two-handing it, so that's a D8 plus 6. Damn it. It's only 9 damage on the first attack. I'm gonna swing again at him. It's a 24 to hit.
Also hits for sure.
Alright. D8. That's a fucking 1 on the D8 for 7 damage. Fuck. That's not a lot of damage. I'm gonna burn a first level spell slot and do a what's it called? Um, God, I cannot remember the goddamn thing. Divine Smite. There we go. For the second attack. So that is a extra 2d8 radiant damage. That's an 8, and that is a 4, so an extra 12 radiant damage. So it's 21, 28 total damage. And bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. So I get a +2 to AC. It is a concentration spell. I get a +2 for now. And that's my turn.
All right, excellent. Moving on down from Gladier. The Hammer continues to argue about why the fuck he is in the cafeteria of the Silver Keep and demands his underlings provide him with ale. Moving on down from the Hammer. Locris, you are up toe to toe with Amorphous, taking blows, though you can't necessarily see him.
And Locris is very pissed off. So he settles himself down a little bit. And as he took the blind fighting style when he multi-classed into fighter, he knows exactly where Amorphous is and decides to bitch slap his ass some more. That'll be a 26 on the first hit.
That hits.
Actually, it's more than that. And 23 on the second.
That also hits.
6 plus 8 is 14. Plus 18 is 32. Roll 1d6. An extra 4 points. Plus 8, so 40 points of damage.
Damn, very nice.
And since, as I said, pissed off, I am going to burn my flurry or my action surge, and let's do it some more.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me some more attack rolls. I will say, he burns his reaction in this moment to hit you with a bit of a rebuke. As you land blows on Amorphous Perch, he is actually so fucking fast that even though he eats a hit from you, he gives one back, like a rebuke style. So in the process of this attack, you do take 13 bludgeoning damage.
Except that with my reaction, I will activate the Cloud Rune, which will absorb his damage and hit Meredith.
Well played there. Let me write this down for Meredith. Meredith gets punched in the face out of nowhere. She's confused.
And with that action surge, my first roll is a 19, which for a Hexblade Warlock who cursed the guy, that's a crit.
Very nice.
And a 26 on the second hit. So let's see, that'll be
also hits
for the first 8 plus 7, 15. Only 2 on that one. So 17 plus another 18 is another 36 points of damage.
Very nice. Damn.
And that will end my turn as I'm just smiling.
Amorphous definitely stopped being so casual about that thwomping and has now taken the time to devote his full attention to you, both hands and everything. He's not too stoked for such a whomping. And that brings us to the bottom of the round, which just happens to be Amorphous's extra standard action. So, once again, he is going to run a couple of blows at Locris. My former master must have made you quite strong, but, play your cards right, and you could serve me in the end. Oh, wow. A natty 1 and then a 6. 13 to 18? Do either of those hit?
18 just misses.
Well, you're glancing off of your giant form. Amorphous does not seem able to land a blow with this action. And with that, it ends the round and goes back to the top of the round. The bright, blinding light is immediately extinguished. And the throne, at first, there's a low rumble that can be heard, the grinding of stone. And as this low rumble becomes a dull roar, it increases in intensity until it feels like it is shaking the very building itself. Such a loud sound of coming from this now vibrating throne. And essentially, it has become so loud, made such a noise for such a prolonged period of time, until the end of this round, all of the characters, all of the PCs and NPCs in the room are effectively deaf. That being said, though it is a low rumble turned into a roar and it is deafening, you cannot hear anything but. Renwick, it is your turn.
I imagine upon realizing the entire room is deaf, he's going to make the universal sign for fuck you in ASL, and then lash out with the rapier and the crossbow, I think. Let's see. I assume I'm still within melee of Amorphous. Where did Mirnorith end up? I know she swapped places with Blade. I'm just trying to figure out how far she is from me.
Mirnoreth is 5, 10, 15, about 20 feet from you. Here, I dropped a new pick in the feed here shortly. Boosh. But yeah, she's about 20 feet from you. And yeah, you are definitely still in melee, kind of flanking Amorphous, though he seems to be more focused on Locris than anything.
Yeah, if I'm flanking Amorphous, I'm going to lash out. Since I'm not within 5 feet of an ally, that'll give me advantage. And so that's going to be a fucking nat 20. Alright, I need a Constitution saving throw from you, sir. And then I need to add up sneak attack.
Oh, you lucky dog. I only got a 13 total on that last one.
That's going to be, let's see, 34 damage with the rapier. And what was the con save?
Only a 13.
It is. Oh shit! Did that actually land? I think it's DC 14. It is. That's a bonus 2d6, which is fucking part of the crit because it's rolled damage. So, fuck me. I rolled such garbage. I rolled so many 2s on my damage, but that's an additional 6 points of cold damage from the rapier, and then I'm gonna take a shot at Mirnoreth with my hand crossbow for my bonus action, and that's gonna be a 21 to hit.
21 hits for sure.
And I didn't say I wasn't using them, so that'll be another Radiant Bolt, because that's what I already had pumping through there. Fuck me, a 1. So that's 6 points of Radiant damage then. And I'll stay where I'm at.
All right, excellent. Moving down from Renwick. Logos, you are up.
So you said that there was a loud rumbling, right? So does that mean that once again, like we can't use verbal spells?
No, the entire party is deafened. So for the time being, everybody has no sense of hearing. The throne itself's kind of putting off hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil kind of vibes. Get it?
Yeah, no, you did. Okay, but I could still cast the verbal part of a spell if I needed to, right?
Yeah, you're deaf, but sound still works. You can't hear it, but it still echoes.
How far away am I from Locust?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You're about 45 feet.
All right, that's exactly my movement. I'm gonna run up to him, and I'm gonna use my action to cast. I'm gonna cast some Cure Wounds at 4th level.
So it's 45 feet if you run straight to him. But if you run straight to him, Mirnoreth's right in between y'all. She's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's fine.
Okay, well, she has a feat that allows me to cast a spell as an attack of opportunity. So go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. No, a Charisma saving throw. Sorry.
I'm still by Gladiator when that happens, right?
Unfortunately, no.
That is a 19 on the die plus 0. So whatever that.
Well, you pass. 18 was the number, but her banishment spell is not as effective as Locris's.
What a fucking clutch! That would have been horrible, or good for me, honestly. I think gotten out of here.
So yeah, you make your way
Can
to
I-
Locris and cast your spell.
Can I choose to fail now?
No, it's too late. You already fought it, man.
All right, fuck, man. All right, so I'm gonna go and cast Cure Wounds at 4th level on Locris. And that is gonna be 12, 16, 21 plus 4, 25 points of healing total back to Locris.
Thank you, Chief.
And is that it there, Logos?
Since I can't really do much, I can still cast the spell as a bonus action. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. I'm gonna throw a 4th level healing word on top of that for with a bonus action.
Okay, yeah, excellent.
Give him a little kiss on the forehead. Wow. That's 4. I rolled nothing but 4s and 3s. So that's 11, 14, 18. That was my healing word. Yeah. 18. Another 18 points of healing on top of that. And that's my turn. I just used it to keep my Pookie up.
All right. Now we move down to Blade. Blade Silverstring. You are outside of the tower. You're looking in, and you begin to fall. What do you do, Blade Silverstring?
I piss my pants and then I fall. I'm going to, as I begin to fall, I'm going to, kind of as I see my party inside the windows and begin to drop, Blade is going to close his eyes and hopefully, with your blessing, in a silvery mist, I'm going to misty step back into the room.
Yeah. Clutch save there as you begin what is necessary. You burst into the room, saving yourself at the last moment.
So as I
So I mean, you're only like 5-10 feet outside. You begin to fall, maybe we'll even 5-10 feet, but you could potentially get another 10 feet or so inside of the glass. So where is there anywhere in particular you were aiming to land?
close, I guess I want to be within, I guess I guess I'm going to be within range regardless. I guess I will use the full 10 feet just to kind of get myself well in there. Straight from where I am.
Okay, yeah. You land near Gladier and a couple of these elementals.
And Blade is going to just kind of like piss off at this point, be like, fuck these games. And I'm going to kind of change my gaze over to the chair and I am going to cast. Is it within 60 feet?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to cast Shatter at the chair.
Okay, yeah, for sure. It's an inanimate object, but it does have AC and hit points. So go ahead and I will say it fails its save. So go ahead and roll max.
So that is going to be 1d 3d8. So 3, so 6d8.
Ooh, nicely done. Lots of sevens in there.
I don't know what kind of damage is that. Why am I not seeing it? I thought it was thunder damage. Sorry.
Perfect. Yeah, this spell erupts, and it definitely puts a big old chip in this some of the bones of this bone chair, this bone throne.
And Blade is going to look at Miraneth and just kind of say, You'd have to be a little more creative to get rid of me. And I guess I burn my bonus action. Yeah, I think that'll do it for me.
All right. So, moving on down from Blade is now thoroughly kind of surrounded Amorphous. Got Logus on one side, got Locris there, got Renwick behind him. And as he kind of gauges his surroundings, he seems to not favor them. And unfortunately for you lot, this being is one, like I had mentioned before, incredibly fast, and he moves in such a way that does not incur attacks of opportunity. But he does maneuver away from the lot of you. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 60 feet on the money. Amorphous essentially flees. Like, you don't see him turn tail or even run at all because of how fast he actually is, but suddenly he's across the room and sitting on the throne that is making all of this deafening noise. And he kind of glares outward at you lot. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hold an action and move on down from Amorphous to Mirnareth. Mirnareth, being this super great lady, that she is, she takes care of like the orphaned and whatnot, mostly by enslaving them. She begins casting a spell, and it looks like Locris is the target.
Let's 4th level counterspell that.
4th level counterspell. Go ahead and roll it out.
So remind me the process on this.
So the I think it says in the spell anything 4th level and lower is dispelled, but you will have to roll a DC on versus like if it's a 5th level spell, 6th level spell, 7th level spell, etc.
DC 10 plus spell level.
Yeah.
Add your spell casting modifier.
Gotcha. So D20 plus modifier.
Correct.
17?
Ooh, you lucky dog. Just enough. Her spell fizzles in frustration. She just glares at you. Pulls an item from her belt. It looks to be a whip made of crystal. She drops it to the ground and prepares for combat. Aside from that, Mirnareth, moving on down from her, elementals. Got one coming at Gladier. That's 15 to hit Gladier, followed by less.
No, sir.
Alright, 2 swing and a misses. The second elemental will then step up to Blade. Oops, that's a critical failure. And a 13 does become a 19. Does a 19 hit Blade?
19. Come on. Is right on the money.
Alas. You are
Wait,
looking.
is he right next to me?
He is. There's a 5-foot gap between the two of you, but he's pretty close to you, yeah.
So is he technically? He's technically 10 feet away.
He is within the 10-foot bubble for sure.
No, I was going to use protection, but I think, yeah, they have to be within 5 feet for me to impose disadvantage. Never mind.
Alas, it's only a whopping 9 electric damage there, Blade. Lightning damage.
Could have been way worse.
And moving on down, Gladier, you are up. So you've got a couple of these elementals in front of you. Blade's about 5-10 feet away or so. Tell me how you proceed here. We lost him again. There is a lot of fucking bugs in Florida.
Sorry. No, I was on mute talking the entire time. Sorry. I was just saying, like, I'm torn because I don't want to leave Blade here, but I think Glader would be fucking gunning it for Miraneth.
I'll be fine. Go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would just. I think he's seeing red at this point, and getting really pissed off that these elementals are in his way. So he's just gonna fucking barrel past him and just, like, take a running stab at Miraneth from behind. Just trident out, full extension.
Okay,
Poke
so
her in the
you're
butt.
just barreling through, because that will give at least one attack of opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, he
Can I-
he didn't give a shit.
Can I also attack him for his betrayal?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're more than 5 feet away, so
No.
you can- that would be a 21 to hit there, Gladier.
Yeah, that does hit.
You're looking at a whopping 10 lightning damage as this thing strikes you on the way by.
Alrighty. Yes, he just kind of,
But you get to Marinareth in 20 feet.
yeah, he takes that hit and then he's just gonna swing out with his trident, both hands.
All right.
I'm no longer blinded. I can just roll one die. Also, I've been fucking up the entire time we've been level 11. Nothing makes you take a deep dive into your character sheet like a possible TPK. But I have this thing called Improved Divine Smite, which initially I thought it meant I just got a bonus to my Divine Smite, but the way it reads, and I Googled it too, it's every melee attack. I just get an additional 1d8. So, and just to let you know, I'm adding more damage die to my attacks. I just get that extra boost there.
Hey, man, I mean, sometimes reading that character sheet pays off, you know?
You know, who would have thunk it? That is a 31 to hit for the first attack.
That misses because of all that bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. You're good. You hit for sure.
So it's 1d8 plus 6 for 10 piercing damage, and a 4 on the d8 for radiant. So 14 damage for the first attack. Fuck it. Fuck this bitch. I'm gonna do another Divine Smite. I'll do a second level, which is, I think it's 2d8, right? Yeah, 2d8. No, 3d8. More radiant damage. So that's 8, 10, 15. 15 extra radiant damage for the first attack. And then swing number 2, attacking again. That is a 19 to hit.
19 to hit hits.
All right. So that's a d8. 7 plus 6 is, I can do math, 13. Piercing, 6 radiant damage. So 19 total damage for the second attack. I think I'm going to hold off on a Divine Smite for that one. Bonus action. Do I have anything? Currently, I have my Shield of Faith up. Yeah, Blader is feeling a little bad because he is very angry and mostly blinded by rage, but he still kind of has the wherewithal, or not the wherewithal, but like enough to realize that he did kind of leave Blade back there. So I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith again, just transfer it over to Blade since he's chilling with two elementals right now. So Blade, you have a +2 to your AC. As long as I'm
Well, thank you
concentrated.
so much. No, I'm kidding. Thanks.
And that is my turn.
All right. With that going on down from Gladier is the hammer. The hammer sits in the Silver Keep surrounded by his soldiers as he goes on this long tale of, I'm telling you, I was serving the Dark Lord 1 minute, and then the next, here, drink a beer with you guys. I think it's because I did such a great job. As he takes a big swig of ale, moving on down from the hammer. Locris, you are up.
All right. Well, since Amorphous no longer wants to play and not liking whatever the hell Meredith was trying to do, Locris is going to charge and attack Meredith with 2 swipes.
Okay, easy enough. 20 feet of movement, and you're in melee. Go ahead and make some smacks.
A dirty 20 and a 27.
Both hit.
And that's going to be 8 plus 18 for 26 points of... Oh, wait. 26 plus 2, 28 points of damage.
Damn, very nice.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to take a greater healing potion.
All right, for sure.
And that will end my turn.
Excellent. Locris, getting to the bottom of the round. The legendary action that is actually just another standard action for Amorphous, but if you recall, he held his last action. So, this is going to get interesting. I need Renwick, Logos, Locris, and Gladier to all give me Constitution saving throws as Amorphous from his throne begins uttering some arcane words placed in your general direction.
Is anybody within 10 feet of Gladier?
Locris is.
I shit you not, I rolled a natural 20. +1 for 21.
You said it was a Constitution save?
Correct.
14 for me.
Oh my god. I rolled a natural 1 for an 8.
So essentially, let's see what yeah, Blade wasn't even in there. Okay, so essentially what he has cast is known as Circle of Death. The sphere of negative energy ripples out in a 60-foot radius from the point within range. Each creature in that area must make a Constitution saving throw. Target takes 86 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. You were shooting for a DC 19, so I believe Renwick failed, but the rest of you fucking locked it down.
I
Oh no, Gladier failed too.
Did Miraneth save?
Ooh, you know what? I intentionally wanted to catch her in that spell and then left her out of it. Mirnoreth does not save. Mirnoreth is looking rough.
So 32 damage. So I need to make a constitution or concentration check for 16. Oh no! Wait. I got a 15 on my concentration check. So sorry, Blade. No more Shield of Faith.
Traitor.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good, dude.
All right, so with him casting Circle of Death, after the spell is cast, he sits comfortably in his chair. He rests looking over the battlefield and lets out a bit of a sigh. And as he does so, his chair, his throne, begins to glow. And using it as a spell focus, this particular item has one particular spell stored in it. I'm gonna roll a d4. Let's say 1 is gonna be Renwick, 2 is going to be Logos, 3 is going to be Chris, 4 is going to be Gladier on who this targets. So let's see what we're at here. Gladier. Fitting, I suppose.
No.
How many hit points do you have?
I'm currently at 74.
Well, this is about to get unfortunate then.
Oh,
So,
no.
this arcane words are uttered that erupt from the chair. Amorphous himself utters a word of power that compels one creature he can see within range to die instantly. If the creature you choose has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies. Otherwise, the spell has no effect. A beam of necrotic energy launches across the battlefield and crash lands into Gladier, and it immediately shrivels his person. This once strong, healthy, hearty dragonborn is left little more than a crisp mummy on the ground.
Fuck.
What?
Power word kill. The card up the sleeve. Ninth level necromantic spell, and executed right after making sure a damage spell went out, increasing odds of success. So, that is the end of that round. It moves back to the top of the round, and the layer action with the throne. Once again, this slow rumble finally subsides, and there appears to not actually. Go ahead and give me some perception checks. The lot of you, with the exception of Gladier, who may or may not be talking to Paylor right now.
It's okay. His roll would be the same.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18 plus 12 for 30.
9.
I got a 27.
What was the skill? I'm sorry, I missed the.
Perception check?
Thank you. 27.
Okay, so Chris is a little distracted, but a lot of you see this. The throne for the layer action doesn't actually do anything to the room this time, but Amorphous sitting upon it, you guys watch his wounds heal rapidly, even fast for a vampire, as he stares outward with a smirk. That being said, Renwick, you are up.
Fuck, man. Sean, what the hell? There's fucking nothing I can do about that. And that is so awful. God damn it. I feel like you said Mirnoreth's looking rough, and she was previously within 25 feet of me. And I think in that moment, watching his friend go down and watching Amorphous heal, but Mirnoreth being in rough shape, he's gonna gun it for her and try to take her down so that everybody else can focus on pulling Amorphous off that fucking throne. Because I'm not strong enough to physically remove him. So I'm gonna run and take a swipe at her. Which I believe she's surrounded, so with advantage.
Yep. Technically flanked by Locris right now.
Alright, that is a 25 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Alright, that's gonna be 24 points of damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
24. That's not her best. But I did roll a natural 20, sorry.
On the con save.
Correct.
Word.
Yeah.
And then, fuck it, I'll fire off a hand crossbow bolt as well. And that's going to be a 26 to hit. So an additional 6 plus 6. Max damage, 12. Still radiant damage.
Yeah, you carve her right up. She is looking worse for the wear. Yeah, she's got several open wounds, is now beginning to kind of cough up blood in between arcane syllables.
And I think he's like too stunned to speak. I feel like normally he'd make a fucking quip or something, but I think he just kind of grits his teeth and like maybe spits at her feet after carving her up.
And as you spit at her feet, Logos, you are up.
Okay. Uh, um, let me ask you, what kind of check would you be if I wanted to search Gladier's body for something? Would you let me do that with the bonus?
I would say you guys are probably pretty familiar with each other's gear and equipment at this point. You could probably just you would know what you were looking for, if you were going for something in particular.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run to Gladier's body, and I'm gonna grab the diamonds that he always has on him, and I'm gonna cast Revivify on Gladier.
Okay, yeah, excellent. You have the spell stock then.
Oh yeah, I just got it.
Very nice. Tell me how this magic kind of manifests. Like, Gladier is currently like a mummified, scrawny dragonborn encased in like this mithril armor of some kind. Like, so tell me how your revivify goes down and restores him.
I would like to picture that, like the diamonds in my hand. I kind of use Druidcraft to create a flower, and I'll bring them down on his chest, and from the flower, vines will start to encompass his body and start to breathe life back into him, and slowly the color, the muscle start building back as the vines wrap his body in love, emit like pulsating from this flower on his chest.
And as that transpires, Glacier, you go from darkness to awake, staring into Logos's face as you lay on the ground.
Oh, thank God, I wasn't sure I could do it, but get back, you son of a bitch. We're not done here.
Oh god, that hurts so fucking bad. Shit.
And I'm just gonna plop a little good berry, just for flavor.
Excellent. How much does Revivify heal? What's the language on
It,
that?
it brings him back to 1 hit point, and then if you allow me to give him the good berry, he'll be at 2 hit points.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he'll feel good. He'll have a full belly and just feel pretty good after that shit.
So with that, I think moving on down from Logos, Blade, you are up. Currently, looks like you're going toe to toe with a couple of these lightning elementals.
Can I take a look around, specifically at Miraneth, to kind of look at her well-being, seeing how she's looking?
Yeah. Give me a perception check or medicine, your call.
Let's go perception. It's a little better. $21.
She's looking like she's in rough shape. She has multiple wounds, and unlike the wounds that have been put on Amorphous, hers are bleeding, and a lot.
I am going to look at Miraneth and just say to her, "You're going to get what's coming to you." And I'm going to cast the sleep spell at 5th level.
Oh shit. Okay, nice. Go ahead and roll that out.
So if my maths is correct, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 8d8 plus the additional 5 is 13d8. So she has 69 hit points or less. She's asleep.
For sure less. Her eyes kind of begin to lull, and though she's standing at ready as to engage in some combat, she falls helplessly to the floor, snoring.
And then I am going to look at Gladier, and I am going to give him a little bit of inspiration.
Excellent.
Actually, I don't even know where. I don't even know where the fuck I am. Gladier, is he within? I think it's. Is it 60 feet? Just want to make sure before I'm casting all this shit. Yeah, I think so. So I'll just look at Gladier, freshly risen from death, and just say, "Gladier, do you hear? I've prepared Mirneth for you." And I know that didn't rhyme, but whatever. And I think that'll do it for Blade right now.
All right, excellent. So, moving on down from Blade is Amorphous. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 40 feet. Amorphous stands up and stomps a foot and proclaims, "I will not lose. Not here. Ever." And with that, suddenly, he is back immediately in Blade Silverstring's face. Blade, go ahead and give me... Well, let's see if we gotta roll this out. It will be a 23 to hit.
23. That will hit. I will say, will Archie kind of being on him, pestering him, affect this at all?
Potentially, yes. Let me make a roll here. Oh, that one's actually a natural 20, so, I mean, we could do that one, but no. I think...
Oh, fuck. Archie, back off. Fucking get out of here.
Sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Okay, you said 23? Yeah, definitely.
23 to hit. Go ahead and give me a strength and dexterity saving throw.
Okay, strength up is an 8. Dexterity is a 17.
Alas, you just missed the last one too. So he uses this powerful blow to hit you, and it knocks you backwards 15 feet. So 5 feet, then into this wall of glass. Through the wall of glass, we'll be doing some extra damage for that, of course. So you're about, once again, you find yourself 10 feet or so on the other side of this wall of glass, and you've also been knocked prone. Not that it matters because you're kind of in the air. But let me roll out some damage for this real quick. Ooh, damn. That comes out to an even 30 for the powerful blow, and an additional 5 for breaking through the window itself. But the rest of the party sees Blade Silverstring propelled by a single punch out of the window, out of the tower. Amorphous, with that, uses the remainder of his movements and returns to the throne to sit. All right.
Fuck.
Now, moving on down from Amorphous, Mirnoreth. Mirnoreth immediately begins casting a spell.
She's asleep, isn't she?
Oh, you know what? That's I'm like reading through her spell list. She is asleep. So no, she doesn't. She casts a spell in her dreams. She's pouring she's conjuring tea for her elemental friends. Amorphous, or Mirnoreth snores on. The elementals, with Blade kind of out of the way, they are going to have to make a bit of movement here. But it looks like, one coming at Renwick. Make this roll with disadvantage. It's just easier to type that out so I don't have to roll it. Let's see. +6 disadvantage. Skadoosh. I don't imagine a 15 hits Renwick.
That's a miss there, Big Chief.
And the next attack, 11. So yeah, one of these this lightning elementals steps forward and starts smashing and bashing at the blurry form that is Renwick in battle. Does not seem to connect. However, one of these elementals also makes their way over to a very prone gladier. We're gonna make a couple of attacks with advantage. 18 plus 6 becomes a 24 to hit.
I'm dead. I have 2 hit points.
The next one is a 5 and a 3, so the next attack misses, but the first one connects for a whopping 8 points of lightning damage to Gladier.
Yep, I'm back unconscious. Or at least not dead now, but unconscious.
And moving on down from the elementals is actually Gladier. Go ahead and give me a death saving throw.
I think this might be my first death saving throw. I can't remember if I've died before.
It ain't gonna be last.
Oh, you've been unconscious quite a few times at the beginning there, Gladier.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I got a 14, so that's a success.
You succeed. One step into stabilizing. So with that, once again the hammer drinks beer and regales his soldiers of his exploits in the Shadowfell. Beyond the hammer is Locris. You are up.
Locris standing above a sleeping Marineth. Just going to say, let me reunite you with your queen. And I'm going to bash her skull in.
Excellent.
The first one is going to be a 31 to hit.
Aren't they auto crits because she's unconscious and she's prone?
Yes, they are.
Yep, if all he has to do is hit, so I do believe.
Yep, so 31.
That hits for sure.
Damage in case I don't need to do a second. Let's see, 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 7. So 26 points of damage.
You thoroughly bludgeon her, and her eyes snap open. She's still alive, and now awake.
Then I'm going to bash her again.
Okay, great. Give me another attack.
Another 31 to hit.
Also hits.
And that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
That is enough. Go ahead and tell me how you finish off Mirnarath.
So after doing his little trash talking, he smashes her with the Morning Star. And as she jolts up, maybe gets the little head off the ground and looking at him, Locris does an underhand, and you watch as 2 of the spikes on the Morning Star just splash into her face, through her eyes, and carry through, ripping her head off her body.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do Second Wind.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to just take 10 feet of movement and slowly walk towards Amorphous.
You say 10 feet?
Yeah.
All right. So, that being the bottom of the round, Amorphous's standard action popping up. He looks to Mirnareth's twisted, mangled body, and while sitting on the throne, he proclaims, "Your service to me is not fulfilled. You may not pass. You serve me." and the appendages of Mirnoreth's slain body twitch, snap, crack, and as she stands to her feet, grasping her head in one hand, eyes open, looking out at you all, she returns to the battlefield. Good thing you guys healed the Gladiator. He'd been on my team too.
Oh, I happily would have killed him.
When did we get beef?
We don't have beef. We don't have.
Oh, funny. So, beginning of the round. Once again, with Amorphous sitting in this chair, it does nothing as he glares outwards towards the party. Renwick, you are up.
I guess in that case, he's just gonna take off, sprinting toward Amorphous, which I don't believe I can get close. I only have 25 feet of movement. Oh shit! There's the fucking elemental though.
You do have a couple of elementals around you, so you might get an attack of opportunity should you run past them.
So, all right, I got it. I'm a small creature, so I can move through the space of a creature that's larger than me. So Renwick's going to basically just run underneath this elemental and drag his rapier across it as he does it. And then basically just sprint straight toward Amorphous with full movement speed. If I attack a creature, they cannot take an attack of opportunity against me on that turn, thanks to my swashbuckler feat. So if you want to just move me 25 feet toward Amorphous, I'll give you a rapier hit here. And because I'm not within 5 feet of an ally, that will apply my sneak attack. That is a natty 18 to hit.
Very nice hits for sure. I will say, even occupying the same space as the elemental, even though briefly, does cause damage. It's not like an attack of opportunity, but if you're going to go underneath it, even though it's part of your ability, occupying the same space does cause damage.
I think, yeah, in this moment he would run through it.
It's not a lot. A whopping 5 points of lightning damage on your way by.
Okay. I will happily accept that. And let's see, that rapier damage, sneak attack. Okay, not bad, not bad. That's going to be plus an additional 28 points of damage, and I need a con save.
26 on the con save, sorry.
Yep. No extra damage there. And then if I can get, and I think I can, within 30 feet of Amorphous, I will fire off my hand crossbow with my bonus action.
He's at about 35 feet, but do you have any other way to...
I mean, I can fire outside of my range. I think I'm just taking the shot with disadvantage, which I might as well do, because I can't do anything else.
Okay, excellent.
Worthwhile. So with disadvantage here, still plus 10. Lowest, oh fuck, I rolled a nat 20, but the lower is an 8, which is still an 18.
18 unfortunately does not hit. He kind of bats it away as it comes close.
And that'll be my turn.
Moving on down from Renwick. Logos, you are up. Kind of holding a now still unconscious Gladiator in your hands.
Whereas Miss is gonna look down at Gladiator and like, all right, come on, buddy. Pull out a greater healing potion from his pack and pour it into his mouth.
Excellent. You bonus action, standard action?
I'll use my full action so you can get the full effects.
Okay, great. And any movement or bonus action?
No, I'm gonna stay by Gladier because he keeps going down.
All right.
I guess I'll bonus action fire off a radiant bolt at one of the elementals.
Okay, for sure. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
It's only 11 points of damage to whichever elemental looks more hurt.
Okay, yeah, for sure. As you land a radiant bolt in one of these beings of lightning, it seems to find purchase.
That'll be my turn, just taking care of Gladier, I guess.
Moving on down. Once again, Blade finds himself in a peculiar position. Blade, you are staring outside looking in. You begin to fall out of the side of this tower. How do you proceed?
God damn it. I'm going to bonus action, using a second level spell to Misty Step back in if I am within 30 feet.
Yeah, you can pop back in and 10 feet on the other side of this now broken glass.
So this is more like before he just closed his eyes, like, oh God, please get me back inside. This is more like he's rolling his eyes, just here we go again. And I'm going to pop back inside. And Blade is going to... Blade is going to look once again at Miraneth and just say, I think you need to settle down a little bit. And I'm going to attempt to polymorph her.
Excellent. Okay, yeah.
I'm going to burn a 4th level slot, my last one. And I need a wisdom saving throw of 19.
Pass. 18 on the die becomes a 24.
Damn.
Undead Mirnareth, holding her hand or her head in her hand, smiles at you.
Well, at least you're prettier to look at. And I guess I'm going to, let's see, I guess I'm going to maybe move, so 30 feet in. I'm going to use a little bit of movement, maybe to use like 10 feet to go to the, if you're looking at the map, west.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And I am going to redirect Archie to... actually, no, I'm going to have him keep pestering Amorphous. And that'll do it, I guess.
All right, so moving on down. Blade saving himself once again. Amorphous, seeing Renwick kind of cross the battlefield, does not hesitate. He sails forward and tries to land a powerful blow. That's an 18, but let me reroll with disadvantage. 13 plus 12 becomes 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Alright, let me get the 2d10 going on. You are looking at a whopping 25 damage, and I need dexterity and strength saving throws from you.
I will uncanny dodge that. Bring that to 12 damage. And then you needed a what now? Dexterity and strength?
Correct. Strength and dexterity.
Alright. Dexterity save. That is a 23. And if that...
You
I think...
pass.
Okay, sweet. And strength... 2... 17.
That one, not so much. Though you managed to stay on your feet, the blow is powerful enough to knock you backwards 15 feet, which does put you in the same space as this elemental, and you take an additional 3 damage of lightning.
Alright.
So, Amorphous kind of comes forward and hits Renwick with this mighty blow. He kind of looks over the battlefield, and once again, you don't really see him move. He's just so fast, he just is somewhere else in the room. And once again, he's had to use a little bit of some finesse here, but Blade, Amorphous Perch stands right in front of you. Out of nowhere, he's just there, staring at you with his vacant, cloudy eyes and a scowl. With that, move it all down. Mirnareth. She is going to make a melee attack at Locris because he's there. She's crushed her head only moments prior. 16 hit there, Locris?
Does not.
I didn't think so. As this, it's like a crystal whip she has in her hand. As it comes down, wails it over your head and strikes at you. Though it misses, it is very familiar. This twisting, crackling bolt of energy kind of shoots through it. And briefly, it's like if she was wielding some purple lightning or something of the sort. But Locris, you recognize this as something that was potentially striking your patron in some of your visions.
I killed you, bitch.
Oh, moving on from Undead Mirnareth. That is her elementals. Renwick is currently inside of one, so let's see. A couple of attack rolls coming to him. First one's a 11 and a 7. Becomes 13 with disadvantage, so that's probably no. A 15 and an 18. No, 15 and a 16. 15 becomes 21 to hit there, Renwick.
Definitely hits.
That'll be an additional 9 lightning damage.
I'm starting to look a little rough.
This other elemental will... Oh, man. I'm going to say, though Gladier's down, the elemental steps forward to engage Logos, and in doing so, now shares the space with Gladier. Gladier, you take 2 lightning damage, despite being unconscious already.
Oh, I'm back up. I got the healing potion, remember?
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so you take 2 lightning damage. I was like, shit, I'm ruining this guy's death save. You take 2 lightning damage as this being just kind of steps on you to get a good shot or 2 at Logos. That first one's a natural 1, so fuck that. 15 plus 6 becomes 21 to hit Logos.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Does 21 hit you?
It does.
And that is a whopping 13 lightning damage as this lightning elemental strikes you as it stands on Gladier, electrocuting him as well. Okay.
Gotcha.
Moving on down from the elementals. Gladier, you are currently prone, sharing a space with this being, and you're a little too close. Every once in a while, you're getting a good zap coming off of this creature.
Oh, all right. Can I like roll out from under it?
Yeah, you can move away from it. We'll call it 5-10 feet of movement.
All right. Well, I want to stand up too, so I can just use half my movement to like crawl out from between its legs and stand up.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, and then seeing Marinus mangled corpse. But the elemental's right in front of us. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna take one swing at Marineth and one swing at the elemental.
Okay, I was going to ask which side did you roll out on, but in order to do that, you'd have to do that one side. So perfect. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go Marineth first. That's 12 plus. Oh wait, no. Is my sacred weapon? I think my sacred weapon drops when I go unconscious. Let me double check. Yeah, in effect. Yep, my sacred weapon's gone. So I only have a plus 10, not a plus 14. It's still 22 to hit. Miraneth.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. So that is a D8 plus 6 piercing. So that's a 4 on the die. So that's 10 piercing damage plus 3 radiant damage. How many spell slots I got left? Let's see. I'm gonna burn a second level spell slot for Divine Smite. So that is another 3d8 radiant. That's 8, 6, 14, 15 radiant damage. Actually, wait, she's considered undead now, right?
She is just freshly considered undead.
So that's another d8. So 15 plus 7, that's 22 additional radiant damage.
All right. She's looking even worse for the wear. Not only was she beat down pretty thoroughly, but now even her undead body seems to be falling apart at the seams.
And then I'm just gonna kind of just stabbed out at Miraneth with this burst of radiant energy, and then I'm just gonna follow through and kind of like swing around and backswing at the elemental that's attacking Logus now. That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So that is a 12 piercing, 1 radiant damage, 13 damage to the elemental. Can I get like any sense? Like, is there any way to? Because it's just energy. Can we? Is there anything given away like how it's looking? How's this elemental doing?
Yeah, I'd say getting up close and personal. Every time you land a good blow, it seems to dissipate some of the energy. Makes it a little smaller and a little slower each time. I'll say Elemental 1 has literally been the only elemental to really take damage, except for, I think the other ones only had like one blow. So one elemental is a lot bigger than the other.
Okay. All right. bonus. Gonna save that. Here. Shit. There's a lot going on. How do you have any like potions or anything to do?
Logus will flick him another good berry.
Yeah. No, that's my turn. I think, yeah.
Oops,
Yeah.
here we go. Hello, sorry. Speaking of good berries, moving on down from Gladier to the Hammer, as he's drinking an ale in this large cafeteria-style barracks, he just reaches over and sack taps one of his fellow soldiers for no reason. Moving on down, Locris, you are up.
Question: does he still have my arrow sticking out of him in his kitchen?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
When I kill something, I like for it to stay dead. And I am going to, once again, bash Meredith.
All right, give me some attack rolls.
Okay, that's a 26.
Oh, that hits for sure.
And another 26. Let's see, that's 12 plus 18 for 30, plus a d6. 33 points.
Go ahead and tell me how you kill Marineth the second time.
When I kill something, I want it to stay dead. And this time I bash into her chest and rip her heart out with the spikes of the Morning Star.
Excellent. I'll still warm, considering she's dead. But yeah. And one for the second time in this battle, Mirnareth's body collapses to the ground.
And so it doesn't say if this is an action or bonus action. Where a cursed specter. At 6th level, you can curse the soul of a person you slay, temporarily binding it to your service. When you slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirit to rise from its corpse as a specter.
Sounds right. What is it? A spell or an ability? A feat?
It's a ability at 6th level for a Hexblade Warlock. And it gains temporary hit points equal to half my Warlock level, so 4, and then it gets its own initiative.
All right then. Well, yeah. Go ahead and roll me some initiative as Mirnareth's spirit just kind of rises from her twice dead body. Now,
And I don't know any of her stuff, so what would be her initiative bonus?
I think we'll just run with a standard ghost template, unless there's like some kind of template that it recommends we use.
No, it just says roll for the Spectre, so we'll just use Spectre. The first time I actually got to use it because we haven't been fighting humanoids.
True. Well, I mean, bugbears kind of count. You were a few levels back then.
Uh, 16 on the initiative.
Okay, excellent. I'll add that real quick. All right. Moving on down from Locris. The legendary action, which is essentially just Amorphous' perches. Once again, turn here, and well, fucking Blade's pretty much the only person within striking distance. So, the pummeling commences. We're looking at a 29 to hit on the first attack, Blade.
Yeah, that's no, definitely hits.
The becomes 19 to hit. 7 becomes 19.
That is right on the money.
All right, let's roll out a couple of these dice here. That is the first attack is an even 20 points of damage. Second attack is 17 points of damage. So I'll be 37 total. How you hanging? You still up? You still alive? Still hanging in
I
there?
am still alive. I don't feel so good.
Great. I'm going to burn a key point and my bonus action to hit you 2 more times. Or try to. 19 becomes a lot. 31 to hit. The 9 plus 12 becomes 21 to hit. Two more attacks incoming there, Blade. This one.
I'm going to, if I can, use my oh my gosh. Why am I feeling so dumb right now? Cutting words to hit that, try to negate the second attack, or fourth, really.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Go ahead and roll it out.
Okay, so that is going to be a D10 off of that. So we're looking at. Oh, it still hits. So minus 120 still connects.
All right. A valiant enough effort. The first blow comes out to 19. And the second, only 12.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm up, but hardly.
Nice. As Amorphous Perch just begins teeing off on Blade. One blow, another blow, another blow, another blow. Blade is just kind of getting beaten senseless. It's a very one-sided boxing match at this point. And at this point, off in the horizon, you can see through the now broken window. It appears that this crimson orb seems to be climbing back into the sky as the blood star rises. I think we're gonna have to put a bookmark in it for now, fellas.
Sounds good.
Ooh, fucking Jesus.
I do appreciate that. It's I think a nice mid combat clippy to end on.
Mid.
Well, I mean, this dude just keeps fucking regenerating, and there's still elementals floating around, and God knows what fucking else is gonna happen as the fucking blood star rises.
I tried so hard to get Locris to fail that concentration check to get the hammer back. It would have been so much worse for Gladier, who already died.
Twice.
It would have been so funny if, like, because you went down twice, right?
Yep.
So it would have been so funny if after the second one you came, like, we revive you, and then the third time the hammer just fucking pops back in and is like, oh, crush.
Look how perfect. He's on the ground.
Oh, Jesus. Sean, that was fucking terrifying. Still is, but, like, dear
Yeah.
God, man. That was so much. I was, like, shaking throughout.
It did feel good to finally be able to use Revivify. I had just gotten that spell and didn't have any of the components. I'm glad you kept that thing on you, Gladier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll have to burn 300 GP worth of diamond there, Gladier. Don't. I forgot
yeah.
already. So.
Yeah, no, I took it out of my. I had 300 GP diamonds, so I took one off.
Oh, I 100% sleight of hand the other two while you were dead. 'Cause didn't know if you were coming back. So I have 600 diamonds now.
Finder's fee and shit, you know.
Yeah, it was more out of panic. I just grabbed a whole pack of diamonds.
Oh, and you got them all. Oh boy.
Well, I guess we will have to continue this next week, gentlemen. Let's do this again soon. Keep in touch and all that jazz, and I'll see if I can't kill a couple more of you guys next week, yeah?
God damn.
Sounds good,
That
guys.
sounds like a plan. I have a flight on, I believe, Thursday morning, but it's like I think I have to be at the bus station by like 3. Um, if there's a different night that might work next week for you guys, that would be cool. If not, I might bow out. I'll have to look at like what my flight timing and stuff is.
Honestly, it sounds perfect because you could just play into when you got to leave, just pull an all-nighter.
I was thinking about it, but then when I get to Denver and I'm running on no sleep, it might be a little rough. So, but yeah, if no other nights work, then let me know, and I'll either just say fuck it and go full send, or I'll give you guys notice if I'm not going to be there.
Okay, man. Yeah, we'll keep in touch on the socials and stuff. See what's cracking.
Alrighty, boys. Well,
Good.
we survived so far. Let's hope we can continue to survive next time.
Let's hope, right? Yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy. Thanks again.
Night,
All right,
boys.
later, guys. See you guys.
Night, y'all.